Hey YouTubers, let's come into the deck profile for Karakuri. I've been testing the deck since the deck came out, and I love this deck so much. Now, what's the difference between my deck and a lot of other decks on YouTube is this doesn't run Neutrons, because Neutron is, like, bad in this format. Because Thunder King is everywhere, and, like, everything plays 2 to 3 Thunder King. Well, pretty much anyway. But yeah, Neutron doesn't really do much anymore, like it did, but there's solutions for that. So, let's get on the deck. First off, you got 3 Merchant, searches out any Karakuri card, and helps you make first turn Net Beast. Next is 1 Komachi Ninishi. She is the heart and soul of the deck. She allows you to do an extra normal summon of a Karakuri monster, and she's a 3-star tuner, so she's phenomenal. And then the one-ofs is Seizon and Nishipachi. 4-star tuner, 3-star tuner. With him, it's draw cards with Burrito, and with him, it's making Burrito. They're not really too needed, but I like to play them, so yeah. Next is 3 Nisamu, your main non-tuner for the deck. Nisamu recruits your tuners, and as well as just provides constant level 4s for synchro summoning. So. And the next is 2 quick. I don't like 3 because when I play 3, all I draw is 3 quick. So I cut her down to 2, and my problems have been solved. And quick is really nice because she can create a backup plan if all else fails. If you draw into one, you have backup resources as long as they have a monster for you to run over. And then 2 Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon's really good main decked, especially with this deck because it allows you to go into level 8. Synchro is really easy, so you can have Burritos, Scrap Dragons, Stardusts, whatever. And then the huge problem to this deck is Thunder Kings. I play 2 of the main deck because Thunder King is so burly and so good that you kind of can't play him, or can't play without him. I love him so much. And then last card is 2 Effect Failure. Effect Failure is still really good, even though Maxi exists. I don't have Maxis because I'm more of a budget player, but Effect Failure still hits a lot of cards, so Effect Failure is still good. Now for spells. So first off, 3 Karakuri Cash-Cache. This is my replacement for Neutron. Now it is kind of redundant because I'm replacing a search card with a search card, but this gives me a lot more options because I can use the card that I search off of this the turn I get it. When Neutron, you can only use it next turn. As well as this allows me to go into first turn Naturia Beast a lot more often. Because all I have to do is top into Komachi and Merchant, or Komachi and Cash-Cache, and I have first turn Naturia Beast, and that's a huge play. Next is 2 Pot Duality. It's a 3-pot format in my opinion, so I only play 2 Pot Duality. With that being said, I also play the 1 Pot of Avarice. It gives you a backup plan in case, you know, your opponent gets off like a Mirror Force or a Dark Hole. They get lucky or something like that. You can send them all back and have something to do. Next is 2 Smashing Ground. I don't play Limited Removal. I play Smashing Grounds. Smashing Ground is really, really dirty because it gets rid of Thunder Kings. Thunder Kings hurt the deck like you couldn't believe. And Smashing Ground main deck is just really, really nice. Next is 3 MST. This deck gets wrecked on by back rows, so gotta kill them off before they can use them. And Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, and Book of Moon. Just those staple cards that are played in every deck. Next is the traps with the Solemn Brigade, Dust Shoot, Torrential, Mirror Force. And then the last card of the deck is 1 Tech Vanity's Emptiness. Now, this card has been seen play here and there, and I've always liked the card. It's just I never really found a deck that I could fit it into properly without it being really awkward or situational. Now, I love it in here because I can sit on my huge synchros after going off and then flip Emptiness, and my opponent can go ahead and drop that Gores or that Trag or that Battle Fader, and they can't really do anything to come back the next turn. So, yeah. I'll go into the extra deck and then onto the side deck. So, extra deck is 1 Trishula, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Scrap Dragon, 2 Burrito, 2 Bure. You don't need more than that. One Black Rose, one Fairy Dragon, so good. One Bryonic, one Naturia Beast, this is so good. One Cataster, one Utopia. I don't have a Roach, but I've seen that most of the times I would go into rank 4, I've wanted the Utopia, so I'm going to play the Utopia, even if I get a Roach. And then one Leviathan Dragon, because Desperation calls for Desperation, so you can go Kamachi Kamachi Leviathan and have a 25 beat stick if all else fails. And then one Chimera Tech, because I am main decking Cyber Dragons. I don't really Chimera Tech off that often, so yeah, I only really need one. And then extra deck. First off, one Gores. This is more of like a comfortability issue. Like if I'm not comfortable facing a deck, I'll side out some of my traps, I'll put in Gores, and I'll feel a little bit safer against OTKs. Next is 2 Hanwada. I have a huge problem with Chain Burn. It hurts me bad because I go off and I get a lot of monsters in the field and it just fuels their just desserts and their Thunder Shorts. So Hanwada kind of helps. Limiter, it also helps against Chain Burn and also helps against decks that are faster than me. So if I get a chance to go off, I can be sure to kill them. And then next is 2-Dimensional Fissure. I don't play Crows in the deck, I play Dimensional Fissures. Karakuri don't rely on Grave at all. So I can play Defies safely and planets get wrecked on. And then 2 Royal Decree against Chain Burn and TG Stone. 2 Gozen match against everything that has a different attribute, which is actually a lot of the decks in the format, minus like Dark Worlds and Gem Knights and Karakuri. 1 Randy Compulse. I've always liked 1 Randy Compulse inside. It just makes me feel happy. So 2 Deep Prison and 2 Bottomless are the last 4 cards of the side deck. They are mainly against Thunder Kings and decks that don't really tend to spam out too much. They're like more of the anti-stun cards. So, yeah. So that was my Karakuri deck, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. See you later.